When waiting, la la la. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, connected. Sound check, check. Check. All right, let's go ahead. Last time we did a live stream for BrainQuest Summer Workbook, we completed level 2. We added our lovely horse to our map. Next up, it's a fork in the road. It says to move on to level 3A on page 301 or move on to level 3B on level 441. So what we learned when we went over the rules is you can come back later, but you still have to close out every single activity. In my case, exceptions do apply for the outside activities because I don't currently know how to get those accomplished, and I don't think there's going to be an on-stream thing anyway. It's possible it could be, I don't know who would want to join me in for that kind of thing, but I could ask, see what happens. In the meantime, let's move on to level 3A on page 301. 30. Haha, that's an exclamation point right there. Okay, that's it. Let's continue. This says 30. Main idea and supporting details. Start level 3A here. Yes, we will. Brain box. A main idea is the key message of a story. Well, yes, it could be pretty much any form of anything, whether it's oral or written. Technically speaking, it's called the what's the point? That's the main idea. Anyway, a main idea is the key message of a story. It's explained and reinforced by supporting details from the text. If you're dealing with good stuff that makes sense and is clear, yes. Sometimes, fallacies could be abundant, but that's called, first you gotta learn what's good till you can understand what's not good. And again, it's not just me saying this. This is called the stuff that carried over from the Greeks way back in ancient history time. So people funny when they act like this stuff is brand new. But okay, here we go. Speaking of ancient and Greeks, that's Athena versus Poseidon. All right. How to name a city. Read the story, then answer each question using complete sentences. And yes, there were probably other ancient peoples who are all about this kind of stuff. But here in the United States, there's a lot more emphasis put on what the Greeks and the Romans did. Here we go. Athena versus Poseidon. All right. Cool pictures. Got crabs and fishies, and it looks like a sea snail. There's Poseidon with a trident. There's Athena with the birdies and the plants. On land is the idea. God of sea, God of wisdom. That's the idea, guys. Goddess. I think goddess is the correct term in this case. All right. Once there was a beautiful city by the sea. It was so beautiful that Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Poseidon, the god of the sea, got into an argument over it. They both wanted to be the one to protect and defend it. Huh? Seems like they should have figured out a way to compromise somehow. To settle the argument peacefully, they decided to ask the people of the city. It sounds great. When all the people came to meet Poseidon and Athena, Poseidon struck the ground with his trident. Water spurted out. See, that's what my thoughts too. I'm like, hold on. It's fine if it's not salted. The residents were delighted until they tasted it, because Poseidon was the god of sea. It was seawater, no good for drinking or washing or watering plants. What a disappointment! Then Athena stuck her spear in the ground, where she did. A beautiful olive tree grew up. It had beautiful wood and was full of fruits that were good for eating and making oil. Now the people were overjoyed. They chose Athena as their defender and named the city after her, Athens. So the fun thing is, they actually do. This is Poseidon and what he was able to do with the seawater, and this is Athena and what she was able to do with the olive tree, I guess, is the idea. All right, question time. Oh, I forgot to bring a writing instrument. Silly me. All right, first question asks, what did Poseidon offer the people? So, seawater. But additionally, if you look at the text, it says water. Yay. All right, let me get a pen. Erasable, of course. That's the best kind of pen to use when it's not something that needs to be permanent. Whee! All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this one's working. So, what did Poseidon offer the people? You always want, especially when they give you an adequate amount of room, to put part of the question into your answer when you're practicing your writing time like this. So, since they asked, what did Poseidon offer the people? You then say Poseidon offered the people, and in this case, what he offered was water. Okay. I just think it's so much quicker to not have that part while I try and hold my phone and write nicely. It takes too long. Poseidon. My pens are all out of ink and it's making me sad. If I ever get monetized, definitely would like more pens. Poseidon offered. Oh no, I'm losing a leg. That's not a good thing. It's a very bad thing. You don't need the table to go bump them and bother my neighbors. It's too early for all that. Even when it's not too early, that's annoying for them. Okay, offered the people. Specifically, it was seawater. Okay, and according to the text, seawater is a compound word. That's just sea and water mushed together. Okay. Then it asks, what did Athena offer the people? Okay, here we go. Okay. So, Poseidon offered water. It ended up being seawater. Athena ended up offering an olive tree. Oh, instead of a... Funny how they're trying to do it peacefully and then there's an olive branch on the olive tree sort of such. So what did Poseidon offer the people? Poseidon offered the people seawater. What did Athena offer the people? Athena. Again, you always want to, well, especially when you're given the room, include part of the question in your answer. So since the question was, what did Athena offer the people? You say Athena offered the people and then write in. That really does make things pretty simple when you're answering questions, when you just include part of the question in your answer. Athena offered the people an olive tree. Okay, next. All right. What did Athena offer the people? Athena offered the people an olive tree. What are 3 reasons why Poseidon's gift wasn't good for the city? So over here about the seawater, they said it's not good for drinking, washing, or watering plants. So Poseidon's gift wasn't good for the city because, and then you list those 3 things. That's the quickest, simplest way to answer that. Poseidon's gift wasn't good for the city because, and that's why you say seawater earlier, because now you can just say seawater. Because seawater was not. Hello, Jen's Cooking. Jen's Cooking said, good morning, Becky. I hope you have a wonderful day, my beautiful friend. Heart emoji. Thank you, Jen's Cooking. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, and I hope you have the same also. Wonderful day. That sounds lovely. Please do. Seawater was no good Jen's Cooking said, TY. Thank you. You're welcome. No good for, and then you just write it as your side. Drinking saw it in the text. Drinking or washing or watering plants. Okay, so what are 3 reasons why Poseidon's gift wasn't good for the city? Poseidon's gift wasn't good for the city because seawater, which we mentioned was his gift here in the first question, was no good for drinking or washing or watering plants. And we just used part of the question for the first part of our answer, and then we took the remaining part from the text. Super simple, easy way to do it. And perfectly accurate. What three things did Athena's gift have to offer the people of Athens? Okay, so then you say Athena's gift offered the people of Athens. Then you find those things. Okay, so wood, fruits, and oil. Those were three things that the tree had going on for it. Otherwise known as what were three products from the tree. So again, wood, fruits, and oil. Because they could either just the fruit. Olives are a fruit? Okay. Or use that fruit to do a process to make oil. So technically it's a different thing. Okay, so Athena's gift offered the people of Athens wood, I'm just trying to confirm with myself that there's no other additional answer that works. No, there's not. Wood, fruits, and oil. And that is a good lesson. Sometimes it makes sense to go to your text and use what was in the text word for word. So basically copying it in. Sometimes it's okay to paraphrase. So in this first case, it made sense to go ahead and say word for word because it was to the point. There wasn't any additional writing required. But in this case, for answering this part, it made more sense to paraphrase, which is get to the main idea of the supporting parts, get rid of any of the adjectives, and just kind of make sure that those three things were listed. So, what three things did Athena's gift have to offer the people of Athens? Athena's gift offered the people of Athens wood, fruits, and oil. All right. Is the main idea of the story that Poseidon is a bad gift giver, or that Athena gave the better gift? Find evidence in the passage to support your answer. Huh? Okay. Is the main idea of the story that Poseidon is a bad gift giver, or that Athena gave the better gift? Find evidence in the passage to support your answer. Okay, so interesting. So here's your options. You could say the main idea of the story was that Poseidon is a bad gift giver. Then you have to find the things to support that. The things to support that would be that he gave seawater, but it wasn't helpful for the people. And you list how it wasn't helpful. You just reiterate how it wasn't helpful. Or you could say Athena gave the better gift because it was actually helpful for the people. And they give you 3 lines, so you could technically say Athena gave a better gift because hers was actually useful, whereas Poseidon's gift wasn't useful for the people. Or your option could be, no, that wasn't neither are the main idea. But that's a harder case to make, considering that you have to give reasons from the text to support what you're claiming. It's a lot easier to make the case that Athena was a good gift giver and that that's the main idea. Because of the following. Athena was able to earn Athena was able to become the defender of the city after giving a gift to the people that could help them a lot. Additionally, the name of the city became Athena in her honor. So, the main idea of the story was that Athena gave the better gift. The people of the city benefited from Athena's gift so much that they chose her to be their defender and named the city after her. Okay, here we go. So again, is the main idea of the story that Poseidon is a bad gift giver, or that Athena gave the better gift? Find evidence in the passage to support your answer. The main idea of the story was that Athena gave the better gift. The people of the city benefited from Athena's gift. Oops, sorry. Sometimes I do doubles. That's why it's nice to have erasers. But this is going to be a blank, but might as well. So much. Oops. Here, I can change that. I was wondering why I ran out of space. Oops. The people of the city benefited from Athena's gift so much that they chose okay. The main idea of the story was that Athena gave the better gift. The people of the city benefited from Athena's gift so much that they chose her to be their defender and named their city after her. Next question. Why was Athena's gift the better gift? Include supporting details from the text in your answer. Okay. So, they were able to use the resources from the tree for wood and food, and also a product that they could use for making food, or probably other things too. Versus Poseidon's gift, which was unusable for the purposes of what they needed, which involved drinking, washing, or watering plants. So Athena's gift was the better gift because the people could was the better gift because the people could find uses for the tree, the olive tree, whereas Poseidon's gift was not helpful at all to them. Okay. I had to do some editing. Okay. Why was Athena's gift the better gift? Include supporting details from the text in your answer. Athena's gift was the better gift because the people of the city could benefit from the resources of the olive tree. However, Poseidon's seawater was not at all helpful to them. All right. Well, main idea and supporting details. Upon completion, add the sticker to your path on the map. 2 of the pencils. Let's go get those stickers. That's the map. We're getting the stickers. That's still the map. Okay, we're on level. I didn't do outside time yet, so that's going to stay there till I can do that. All right, level 3A. Got to get these 2 stickers and put them on the map. Okay. Trickiest part for me. Okay, that's sticker 1. Pencil. Or a pen, but I think it's a pencil. All right. Here we go. Here's my map. We're going to 3A. That's right here. Sticker on. All right. That sounds perfect. Nice. All right. One more sticker to go. Okay. Let me get my second yellow sticker. All right. So this is like the trickiest part for me for some reason. Fine motor skills were hard. Even before I had longer nails. Gee whiz. Okay. Okay, that's better. Bend it up. All right, got my sticker. Got to put it on the map and then continue. Alright, for some reason YouTube decided that I needed a break from the app. But that being said, this is probably a good time to just take a break in general. I'll be right back. Okay, that's nice. Okay, next up, gotta get my sticker. That's a lot of ELA for 3A. Alright. That's where I always say, Taylor may have had her eras in music, but I definitely had my eras in my STEAM education journey. And for the longest, I was all about the ELA. And I'm still very much into ELA. But I learned to expand my interests. Alright. Here's the sticker we just earned. I put it on the map. They say to take the map out and put it in a flat surface, but I like to keep stuff together, so just keep it in the book. Alright, here we go. Okay, so here we go. Here's another ELA sticker. Oopsie. Nice. Alright, for anybody who's wondering, this right here is Summer Brainquest Workbook for adventures between grades 3 and 4. And this right here is a live stream, just pretty much going through it, teaching it nicely. For anybody who needs a refresher of the basics. Hello, Giovanni Gamer. But also, if anyone's interested in doing something like this with a child in their life, give them a little added resource. Okay, so we're gonna go back on over to the next thing. Giovanni Gamer said, I'm going to 6th grade. Awesome. Will this be your first time in middle school, otherwise known as junior high school in some places? Or will you be still in elementary school? I know some schools do it differently than others. Giovanni Gamer said, yeah. Oh, probably about the middle school, otherwise known as junior high school. Well, it's definitely going to be a change of pace. But just stay positive and try not to run with the people trying to make all the mistakes. It's fine if you want to do your own mistakes, but sometimes people just want everyone to do their mistake, and that never made any sense to me. Like, in general, even when I was growing up. Okay, what's the point? yeah, like really, what's the point? Other than they figure if you get in trouble for the thing they did, then they're less likely to have issues. But that's not necessarily the case. Drawing conclusions. Sometimes it's not good to draw conclusions, huh? Well, Giovanni Gamer, I'm excited for you. Sure, it'll be a great time. Upon completion, add the sticker to your path on the map. Brain box. A conclusion is the most likely outcome that you arrive at based on reasons and evidence. That should be the case. That's why it's kind of a fallacy to say jumping to a conclusion, because it's effectively getting from point A to C without this whole reasons and evidence part. Unfortunately, that is a bad habit a lot of people fall into. Here we go. This is considered ELA, but it's also some critical thinking practice. Record the ancient Greek proverbs that each person has chosen. Then circle the best conclusion you can reach about each person based on what you have read. Alex's Proverbs. A library is full of medicine for the mind. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. So again, we read the Proverbs, then we have to circle the best conclusion. So choose one. You can reach about each person. So in this case, Alex, based on what you've read. So again, Alex's Proverbs. A library is full of medicine for the mind. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Conclusions. Alex likes to read and learn new things. They mentioned library and wisdom. Sounds likely. Let's see about the next one. Alex is sick and takes medicine. I mean, if we were talking about this literally, sure, but this is what you call a literary device in this case, which is a metaphor, the particular literary device. And the idea of a metaphor, its job is to compare two items without using like or as. So in this case, it's comparing library. Library, mind, medicine is the other thing. Rule of 3, I guess. 2 and 1. So the mind is the thing that is associated with the library. So in this case, medicine is being compared to a library. Well, technically the things in the library, which are books. Right, so that makes sense for this one and not so much for that one. So we can read the second thing out. And next, it says, Alex wants to go to the library. Sure, he might want to go to the library. However, the reasoning why is because the books and the wisdom. So the best conclusion among these 3 options is definitely the first one. So you circle it. Next up, Chloe's Proverbs. I know the feeling. Better late than never. Better 5 in your hand than 10 somewhere else. Makes sense to me. All right, again, Chloe's Proverbs. Better late than never. Better 5 in your hand than 10 somewhere else. Conclusions. We have to circle the best. Chloe knows that it's okay to run late if you are coming from somewhere else. Maybe. They did mention late, but they didn't mention the place being somewhere else as far as where you're coming from, more so the thing that is known versus the thing that's unknown. So starts off great, but then no. So the whole thing is a no. Let's try the next one. Chloe thinks that it's important to not be late when paying a debt. Huh? There's nothing in here about saying don't be late ever. She's like, hey, if you gotta be late, fine. Also, there's nothing about debt payment. Let's try the next one. Chloe would rather have an imperfect version of something than risk having nothing at all. That makes sense. Never means you just SOL. You don't have the thing happening. So rather than not happening at all, be late. In this case, don't end up with something that you can't get. Concentrate on that bit that you can get. So in this case, the best conclusion appears to be the third one. So let's circle that nice. Circle, 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 circle that nice. There is a key. We can consult it. I would be surprised if it's not this one. Daphne's Proverbs. The pen is mightier than the sword. The tongue has no bones, but it breaks bones. Ooh. Again, Daphne's Proverbs. The pen is mightier than the sword. The tongue has no bones, but it breaks bones. Hello, Lynn Bacali. Conclusions. Gotta circle the best one. Daphne has a sharp pen and sword. No. The pen is mightier. The sharpness of the sword, or the pen in this case, because it says mighty, not sharp, that's both irrelevant. Next, Daphne knows that words can hurt people's feelings. Sounds likely. Let's just double check by checking out the last option. Daphne thinks that swords break bones. I mean, in this case, she's specifically talking about the tongue breaking the bones. So, the words that are written or said can cause damage. So, that seems likely, based on both of these things, how the pen is mightier and how the tongue can break bones. It does appear that the best option is the second option. Daphne knows that words can hurt people's feelings, so we circle it. Okay, great. So, get a sticker, but we can just consult real quick the key. That's a lovely feature this workbook has. Again, this right here is the Summer BrainQuest workbook for adventures between grades 3 and 4. And even if you are not technically a third grader or a fourth grader, it's just nice to have a refresher of the basics. That is the whole point of this live stream series that I'm doing, and whatever video parts I'm doing. The point is to give people a refresher of the basics, but also if they have a child in their life they would like to try to help out, this is a great resource hopefully for that. All right. At the very least, I'm teaching people about this workbook, maybe. There is a series of workbooks. They don't just do summer. They have all kinds of brainquest workbooks for all kinds of grades. Super STEAM education. I love it. All right. So we're consulting the key because it's nice to demonstrate the features of this book. Okay. No point in worrying about the main deck. I don't like cutting things out because I lose things so easy. Haha. So easy. All right. Apparently the key was before that part. There it is. Okay, page 31. I'm pretty confident in my answers. They did say at page 32 that answers were vary. That's true. All right, here we go. So yes, Chloe would rather have an imperfect version of something than risk having nothing else. Very true. Okay, we got that. Time for sticker. Boom. Level 3A. That means ELA sticker again. All right, let's do that. Sticker, sticker, sticker. I gotta bend it. Okay. Sticker. All right, let's put it on the map. 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 Ooh, hello. All right, here we go. This is where we are. 3A. Here's another ELA sticker to put on the map. Oof. Oh, this is like so long compared to 2. 2 is so short by comparison. Oh, I guess because they had the outside activity. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. What time is it? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more. Ooh. I think I will do one more activity and then I will call it on the stream. Sounds like a plan because I have a lot to do today. A lot to do, and I would like to take a nap if at all possible before I get started on part 2 of my day. All right, next page. We're finally getting a break from ELA time during this level 3A, and we're on to math. All right. This is division. Upon completion, add the sticker to your path on the map. Oh, a calculator looking thing. Brain. Oh, I guess we don't brain box because they already talked about it. Cool. Chariot pit stop. How many chariots can the Romans make? Draw circles around an equal number of wheels to find the quotient, then complete the division equation. There are 25 wheels each. Blah. There are 25 wheels. Each chariot needs 5 wheels. Great. 5s. Oh, that's the group of 5. Yay. Oh, that's a group of 5. Yay. Oh, that's a group of 5. Yay. That's a group of 5. Yay. And that's a group of 5. Whoop, please. Yay. How many groups did we circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. 25 divided by 5. 25 wheels divided by 5 wheels per group equals 5 groups. Next up, there are 16 wheels. Let's write that in. Each chariot needs 8 wheels. Sorry, 5 chariots. That's how many chariots can be made with 25 wheels if each chariot has 5 wheels. All right. So, 16, 8. Oh, let's see. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yeah. That's the quickest thing to do. One group. Whee! Two groups. Whee! Gotcha. Whoop, how many groups? Two groups. 16 divided by 8 equals 2 chariots. So if we had 16 wheels and each chariot needed 8 wheels, then we would get 2 chariots. There are 24 wheels. 24. Each chariot needs 8 wheels. 8 wheels. So how many chariots? Counting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Great, 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 great. Wee. Woo woo. How many groups? 1, 2, 3. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. 24 wheels split up so that each chariot has 8 wheels, gives 3 chariots. How many chariots were made in all? Ooh, tricky. That means sum it up and give the overall sum. Otherwise known as a total in this case. All right. 5. The easiest accurate way to do things is start at the top and go down. Plus 2 plus 3. That is 8. Because 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Because 8 plus 2 is 10. 1, 0, 10. All right, that's it. Let's get that sticker, and then I'm going to go try and take a nap after I close out the stream. Yo, sticker time. Woo woo. Here we go. Level 3A, that's what we're working on right now. Woo. We just finished the math. Oops, that's the wrong sticker. Here we go. Sticker. Woo-wee. Map. Putting on the map. Ooh, as soon as I get off my finger. Here we go. There we go. Down. All right, that's where things are ending today. So, again, thank you for checking out this live stream for the Summer BrainQuest Workbook for adventurers between grades 3 and 4. Again, science, social studies, English, arts, math. Front, back. ISBN number is 978 0 7611 8919 It's available on Amazon. I don't have any more links for Amazon because they decided I was not a good fit for their associate program. But I can say upon the last time I looked, it was like $9. ISBN number 978 0 7611 8919 It's also available on Barnes and Noble. Probably in store. And yeah. Basically I'm just doing this for people who would like a refresher on some of the basics. Or if someone has someone in their life they're trying to help with this kind of material, to try and give them a resource. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. What time is it? Oh yeah, I think I could get an up and that'd be super. Oh yeah, I say all the time. Wonderful. Okay, on that note, thank you, Lynn Bacali. Thank you, Giovanni Gamer. Thank you, Jen. And thank you to anyone who I may have missed. And thank you to anyone who might check this out in the future. Stranger things have happened. And whenever, wherever, however, whatever, just make the most of it. That's the most important part about it.